Hi, I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now, just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, collective, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional, holistic spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information. So let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Alright, so let's go, let's do this. Alright, so you were coming in with the Sun card, and you were also coming in with the Star card here in your reading. Okay. So what I'm picking up there, collective, it talks about here in your reading, well, straight off the bat, is you like doing what you're doing. Here. You're building something at this time, that's what it talks about. Well, what I get here is that you've got the confidence in yourself to do the things that you love to do, and you are actually taking some kind of action here to build the things that you love. Or what you are building is coming from a place of love here, maybe a better way in saying it. See, with the Sun card coming in, positive card, but in the past you had to get to the Sun. You had to take certain steps here is what it talks about. I get here in your reading you have opportunities. You may have opportunities in front of you here. It's not coming in as it's a different way in which, or it's a different path. What it talks about here, it's coming in as it's the same kind of work that you're already doing here in your reading, but it's working. It could very well talk about working, doing your work differently is what I'm getting here. Now, what I'm also picking up here in your reading, when you're coming in with the Star card here, it comes in as being recognized in a sense here. But what it also talks about here in your reading, it's like you're doing things you once only dreamed of. That's what I'm getting. I'm going to be straight up with you. You're doing things that you only dreamed you could do. Now that you're actually bringing it into your reality, or taking certain steps here in your reading, because you're coming in as being in front of people's eyeballs with the Star card here. You're being recognized. Good stuff coming in here, guys. Good stuff is what it's talking about. Let's keep going here. Let me just keep going here. I need to check something out here in your reading. It is coming in that way. It's coming in as a new beginning here. But it took a hell of a lot out of you here to create this new beginning. You're coming in with having to be selfless. You're coming in with someone that's had to do things for themselves, by themselves here. It's not as if you had anybody to rely on, hence why I'm coming in with there are opportunities in front of you now. I need to pour more. 1 minute, guys. And let's go. Yeah. See, what I get here in your reading, it's the sacrifice. You made a sacrifice here. Coming in with the Sun card and the Star card. And that sacrifice here in your reading, it's coming in as you had to do this for you. You had to choose yourself, not so much your person. But to gain that momentum here, a lot needed to be done. You've done a hell of a lot here. That momentum, because you are coming in with the Chariot, the Four of Swords, and you also have the Ace of Swords here in your reading. So let me just have a look at that. What I get here in your reading is that there were, because it's the Sun card, and the Sun card talks about self, and to get to a positive place for yourself meant you had to walk away from negative things here. Now, of course, this could be people, places, and things. It could also come in as toxic patterns of behaving here, toxic addictions here in your reading. Now, that took time here because you had to actually work through it. It's not like you were able to end it out in a day, in a month here in your reading, because you also had to get your head around what it is that was holding you back, what it is that was stopping you here to bring into your reality your dreams, your wants, and your desires, because that's definitely a possibility here in your reading. Now, what it talks about here with the Chariot, the Ace of Swords, and the Four of Swords, it took a long time. It was a challenge and an obstacle to get there, to finally get there where you are at a place where you're feeling good about yourself, is what your reading is saying here, collective. Because it came down to trusting yourself. Coming in with the Ace of Swords, because, like I said, there's a lot to be said. You have walked away from a lot here. Where in the past you may have put your trust into other people. Yeah. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what it can talk about here in your reading is that there was a blockage, there was a barrier, and not knowing how to remove these blockages and these barriers because you didn't see your patterns and habits and toxic addictions as a problem, as the reason why you weren't able to bring your dreams and your hopes, your dreams, into your reality. That's what it's talking about here. But once you realized it, once you dealt with it here, you're coming in with the Sun card, where at this point in time you were at a really good spot. And I get here with the Sun card is that it is being illuminated to your person, the Star. How would you say that? This is coming in as a calming demeanor here, the Chariot, the Ace of Swords, and the Four of Swords here. What your reading is saying with these three cards is that it was a challenge to get there. Now this could be your person as well, with these three cards. Alright, thank you. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Alright, so you were coming in with the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and you were coming in with the Two of Cups. Potentially here in your reading, what it talks about here is that, well, let me just get this one for you. This person's going to build with you. They do want to build with you here, but they actually want to build the Two of Cups here in your reading. Because you're already doing what you love to do, your cup is already being filled in a sense here. And it's not your person that fills your cup. You're actually filling your own cup of love because you're doing the things that you love to do. Potentially here in your reading, your person wants to fill the cup. Your person's connected the dots with the Ace of Pentacles here in your reading. It's telling me here with the Ace of Pentacles is that your person wants to be better. That's what I'm getting. Wants to be stable here. Stable in, well, in themselves is what I'm getting. Settled. They want to, it's like they want this love that both you and your person have together. They want it to be established. They want it to be solid. Here, when you're coming in with the King of Pentacles, this person wants to ground it. See, with the Chariot, the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords, what it can talk about there in your reading is that it's taken your person a while to get to the Four of Swords, where they are in a good place, where they can manage and cope with their emotions here, the way in which you make them feel, the way in which other people make them feel here. And it has taken your person time in order to do that. And yeah, it is a challenge and an obstacle when you deal with that here, because your emotions are all over the place coming in with the Chariot. They're up and down. They're not steady, especially if you're dealing with heartbreak and loss, abandonment, neglect and rejection here, guys. It can send you into a really dark, gloomy place where you have to actually pull yourself out of it, because you're working through your own negative emotions, your own negative patterns of thinking and negative actions here, guys. And it all comes down to how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself here, and the actions you take here. Are they confident? Are you confident in your actions, the way in which you come across towards people here? And it did mean for your person coming away from a past way of doing things. And this is the same for yourself, because it's like saying here in your reading, there are requirements to get to the Sun card. There are requirements to come out as the Star here. Both cards talk about self here in your reading, both positive here, but you've got to know the negative in order to embrace the positive. The negatives about yourself, so that you can embrace the positive things about yourself here in your reading. Wow, and you're coming in with the Ten of Cups here in your reading. It is kind of coming in as union here, guys. Alright? Okay. But one must remember, and I mean, it's good to be aware of, where you came from, what you went through, your negative patterns and habits here, and have you ended those patterns and habits out? what it also talks about here in your reading, are you doing the things that you love to do? This person wants a relationship here, guys. You are coming in like that here in your reading. This King of Pentacles, here, your person, here, collective, yeah, your person, it's coming in as they know that you have opportunities in front of you. And this does scare your person to a point where you are also attracting attention from would-be suitors here. But what your person doesn't know and doesn't realize here in your reading is that the choice is yours here. But it's what I get here in your reading, it's coming in as I choose me. I choose to love me. That's what the Sun card and the Star card are saying. I choose to love me. I choose to put myself first here. Because the Sun card and the Star card talk about courage. They talk about inner strength here. Inner strength to do certain things, to put yourself out there. Yeah, of course, there are times where you don't feel like you have what it takes. But with those two cards coming out on the board, you know, well, for both you and your person, but I do see this as you here, collective, you know you need to give it a go. You can't sit back and just think, I can't do it, if you haven't given it a shot. But I get here in your reading is that you've come away from that way of thinking here, where you may have in the past said to yourself, no, I don't think I can do that. No, I'm not worthy of that. No, I don't know if I can put myself out there. But you're actually doing it at this point in time. You are in front of people's eyeballs is what I'm getting. You're coming in with ultimate abundance here and working towards ultimate abundance, which is pretty cool here in your reading. And I get here is this is exactly what your person is wanting. So let me pull some letters and let's see what messages the cards have for you. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, we don't need that many of those. Here. 2, 4, 6, 8. One more. Alright. Okay, so you know what, guys? You have hater. You have haters here. I saw that straight away. So, okay, so you have find here. Alright. Let's keep going. Here. You also have date here in your reading. So you may have went out on a date with your person. Now you also have mate here. You're coming in with fern here. Okay. You're also coming in with hide here. You also have name here in your reading. You have Ted here, guys. You also have Fred, which comes out quite a lot. You have Freddie. You have Hattie here. You have Mari here, guys. You have Fat here. You have Key with a Q. You also have High. You have Manda here. You also have Fran. You have Frida. You have Tandy. You have Freak with a Q. Alright. Alright, let's do your letters, eh? Got Manny. You've got Danny. You've got Tane. You have Rain here. You have Fret. Alright, your letters are F-R-E, T-A-N, M-H-D-I-Q-A. Book an image reading with me, as I'm not just a tarot reader. Thank you for your video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Alright, bye.